Happy New Year! Happy 2023! I hope you got to celebrate the new year the way you wanted to. Welcome to my channel. In here, please remember to like this video and click subscribe. We'd love to have you here. I'm here every week. Usually on a Sunday I post, and it's usually a play along video or a tech tip or a video about something that could be a webinar or a webisode, but it's all about tech integration. I am Amy M. Burns, and I have been teaching elementary general music for over 25 years at Far Hills Country Day School. I am also the community coordinator for Katie Wardrobe's site, Midnight Music. So I'm so glad to have you here today, because today we reached number 1. I have been counting down 10 tech tips for elementary and middle school general music since December 23rd, and the countdown ends today with number 1. And number 1, I think, is the coolest one yet. This is a webisode about how to use 3 free tech tools to create your own play-along videos. So the 3 tools we're using today, one is Katie Wardrobe's big notation library that she updated in 2022. Number 2 is Canva for Education. Canva for Education is free for you to use if you are eligible. If you're not eligible, you can use their free version. And number 3 is Clipchamp. Clipchamp is a web-based video editor that has a free version and a paid version. That free version can do everything I show you today. If you used to WeVideo, you'll love Clipchamp, and it has a few more items than WeVideo, especially with the exporting and how many videos you can make. So join me today. Let's make a play-along video. Follow the steps, but everything you need to know is in the description below. You can find the links that you need to find these 3 free tools. You can find the step-by-step by clicking on my blog, and the step-by-step of everything is listed there. So join me today, and again, don't forget to click a like and subscribe. I'd love to have you on the channel. So let's get started. All right. Let's talk about our tech tool number 1, Clipchamp. What is Clipchamp? Clipchamp is a video editing tool that can be run on any desktop or laptop device, including Chromebooks. Currently, Clipchamp is not optimized for touchscreen devices like iPads or tablets, but there is an iOS app that will run it. It runs on web browsers such as Chrome and Chromium browsers like Microsoft Edge. Clipchamp is similar to WeVideo. However, the free version of Clipchamp, I believe, does more than WeVideo. Its free plan lets you work on as many videos as you like. You can use your own video files, audio files, and images, as well as the ones included in their program, from things like Giphy, stickers, stock images, stock videos, sound effects, music, and more. Things you find on your social media channels when you're creating like a TikTok video or a YouTube short. It's really cool. It also includes basic editing tools. You can also export completed projects in full HD for free. That's fantastic. No Clipchamp logo will be on your free exported video. So what's the difference between paid and free plans? Well, with the paid plan, you can access premium audio, image, and video stock, as well as the free stock. This is also true for all the filters and effects. And with the paid version, you can create a brand or logo for your own videos. Finally, with the paid version, you can place the content you bring into the video, such as notation graphics or graphics you created in Canva, into their cloud. In the free version, you cannot store anything into their cloud, so you still have to import the same graphics, pictures, audio files, video files again from your hard drive every time you create a new video. How do I use these free tools to make a play-along video? Well, I created a step-by-step guide, and you will see it here in the video. I'll go step-by-step, but if you want to read it, just click on my blog link below and you'll be able to read it. Okay, the first step is to choose your music. So as I said in the tech tool video number 5, I try to tend to choose my music that's going to go with my curriculum, which might be a rhythm pattern or a note value or a melodic motif or a holiday or a composer or a style of music or a performer. And I also try to choose music that really has strong beats that I can see when I put the wave form up on screen. And you'll see this in a minute. If you're going to create a YouTube channel with play along videos, as I said in Tech Tool video number 5, I try to choose songs that I've either purchased or I can credit from YouTube or I create myself. And a copyrighted song on YouTube usually will allow you to run it off your channel as long as they can tag it and they can run ads off your channel. So it's not really a big deal because I showed you in the other tech tips how to get around those ads. But some of your videos or your songs that you're using might be blocked in other countries. That's not a big deal, especially if you're using it you here. Reside. Do remember, if you try to share it overseas, it just might not work with the person you're sharing it with. You don't have to have a YouTube channel. You can just do this all in from your Drive, from your Dropbox. You can do that way as well. If you do get blocked on YouTube, it's not too much of a big deal. It doesn't strike against your channel. You usually just can't show the video and you just have to change the song. I've done that a few times when it's like Elvis or Beatles. For this example, I'm going to use 50 seconds of Yo-Yo Ma playing Auld Lang Syne. It's a great video. The link is in the description so that I can run the credits for the video. I want to credit Yo-Yo Ma, so I'm going to run that. I'm going to show the musical values. Then I mash that up with Learning Guitar's version. So this worked very well because Learning Guitar has a very short version of Auld Lang Syne. It has 4 phrases. So I knew there all I had to do was figure out the rhythm patterns for those 4 phrases. I chose 4 quarter notes for phrase number 1. That way, my students will start off with a steady beat. Then I chose phrase number 2 with 4 eighth notes followed by 2 quarter notes because I'm setting up a dotted quarter note for phrase 3. That will have that dotted quarter note followed by 1 eighth note followed by 2 quarter notes. And then phrase 4 is a dance break with my Bitmoji dancing. Since Canva integrates the Bitmoji, I can search out all the dancing Bitmojis and place them on various slides. I did use Soundtrap to create the mashup. Soundtrap is free for you to use. You can create a free account. To use it with your students, that's a paid version, and it's called Soundtrap for Education. But you can use Soundtrap for free to mash up your own recordings. All right, number 2, we're going to create the slides. This is where the free version of Canva comes in. As I showed in the Tech Tool video number 5, you can find your videos and images for the play along video in Canva. And you can overlay Katie Wardrobe's Midnight Music's Big Free Music Notation Library, Complete 2022, that's the title of it, to create the rhythm patterns. So that's very simple. As you can see here, I found the videos for the 50-second clip of Yo-Yo Ma, and then I created these slides, and I'm just going to create one here. I put a background in. I usually find a background that isn't too busy. And then I placed, just by clicking and dragging, the notes onto the background. You'll notice that when you bring in a new note, it has to upload and it will show up in your library. So you can go back to that note whenever you like. And of course, you can totally organize this better than what you see on my screen. As you saw in the Tech Tool number 5 video, use this text tool here to create the times that the slide will be played. And here is the Bitmoji integration so that you can create those dancing Bitmojis. But now that my slides are made, we're going to export them. If the slides are pictures, export them as PNG files. If they're videos, export each individual video as an MP4 file. I usually will title them down here to remind myself. Click on Create a New Video. In the Your Media tab, click and drag the video and picture files so they upload to that tab. Also, upload the audio file. After you've uploaded your media, the first thing you're going to do is bring in that WAV file or MP3 file. Here it is, and it can be a little bit loud, so you can adjust the volume by clicking on it to make sure there's a green surrounding rectangle around it, and then go over to the right-hand side audio tab and adjust that slider to the volume that you would like. Now that you have your volume, we're going to add the videos. It's pretty easy. You can click and drag them in like this, or you can place the cursor to where you want it and go ahead and click the plus button. That will bring it in as well. You can see that it's layering, which is great because the way that layering works is the bottom part, that sound file, will be working for you, and then this is the background, and then this is layered on top and on top. So it's bottom to the top. So that will come in handy when we need to add the conductor. Currently, I'm going to magnify or zoom in. This is really important so that you can create your slides to fit the music and you can see those downbeats. Currently, I can see that the learning for guitar starts here, so this video is too long. I can actually make this video change speed by going over to the right-hand side, clicking speed, and then adjusting it. So I can make it quicker or I can make it slower. And as I do that, I'm going to bring the other one in. That's much better. I'm just going to do it one more time over here, highlight it, and just again do that. Now here's a really cool trick with Clipchamp. When it has a gap, go ahead and hit that little trash can and it will put the next slide in the right place. Love that. Only discovered that actually very, very recently. Okay, so now we have, you can see where the learning guitar is going to start. So I am going to make this a little bit faster as well. Okay, let's bring in our first slide. It's going to be the one that has the 8 on it. I'm going to bring it in right here. And where I want it to go is I want it to end. It's starting before. That's okay because I want to put a little timer in. And then I want it to end where the second slide should start. So let me take a listen to figure that out. So again, let's magnify and look where the slider should go. Right there. So we're going to extend it. You can extend it again by sliding it just like that. All right, so that's number 8. Let's bring in this one, 7. We're going to just click the plus, but it's going to be too long. This is beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4. I'm assuming it should be right here, but let's listen just to be sure. Yes. So there's another way besides dragging. You can put the cursor where you want, click the S key, and then you can just delete that one that you've highlighted. So you can trim it that way as well. Let's do a couple more, and then we're going to add the conductor. So this time I'm clicking and dragging. It's really cool if you do have the wrong slide. You can click it over and drag it over and the replace comes up. That's great because it will replace it right over there. I love that. That's really handy. All right. Again, this is beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4. My guess it's going to end there, but let's listen. Right there. What I don't like, did you see it? There's a gap. Can you see that gap right there? I don't like that. I'm going to bring that so there's no gap. Good. All right, and we'll do one more. Let's add the 5 right there. And again, let's look at it. It's beat 1, beat 2, beat 3, beat 4. It's probably going to end right there. Okay, now it's time for the conductor. A conductor is that item you always see in the videos. Let me show you. The conductor, let me just show you here, and I'm going to magnify it. This is the end product. The conductor is that little item that goes across the screen that the students follow. This item right here. And when I hit play, you see it move across the screen. So how do we make that? Let's jump back into ours. Okay, we are back here, and we love it's like has this Canva built in. For example, the stock images, there's a bunch of stock images you can use, but since we are using the free version, remember anything with a gold diamond is not going to work. But I do love that it has these block colors because there are going to be times you need to like cover up something on the screen, and it does have these free block colors to do that. So there's also stock video and there's music and sound effects. But where I like to look for a lot of free items are the free stickers. It will make my conductor move a little bit because we're working with Giphy, but that's okay. So let's do a little party hat. And I chose the checkered one. So here it is. I'm going to bring it in. You notice that it put it under, and I talked about layering earlier. You have to bring this above it. There we go. It's like ordering when you're doing things in Google Slides. So there it is. It's way too big. We're going to use the resize tools to make those a little bit smaller. I have to really make it much smaller because of how far I put that note at the end of the slide. Okay, so again, we're looking at our slide to know where the downbeats are. So it looks like beat 2 will be about here. So we're going to bring the slider back like that. Good. All right, now we're going to cut and paste. So I'm going to copy and then put the cursor where I want to paste it. Unfortunately, with Clipchamp, I'm going to show you something about this. When you do that, you think the next one will just appear here, right? It did, but it's actually appearing, like if I put it over here, it's only going to appear next to the one you just pasted. I don't know why Clipchamp does that. Okay, so now what we've done is pasted it 4 times on top of the first beat. So we do have to move it. To move something on the screen, you need to highlight it and then move it. Make sure it's highlighted. A lot of times, and I like to have the cursor over it so I can see it because I can highlight things, but see how I can't move it because the cursor isn't there. So make sure the cursor has moved is over it and you highlight it. All right, so I didn't actually check this on the timeline, so this is not going to be correct. It's close, but it's not great. So what I like to do is that's beat 4. Let's move that right to where the cursor should be on that. Here's the beginning of beat 3. It's not too far off. And the beginning of beat 2. Let's see if we've got it. That's pretty good. But what I don't like are these gaps. So I do fill in the gaps. I don't like blinking cursors. I like cursors that move but don't blink due to sensory issues with some of my students. Okay, theoretically, we should be able to put it at the beginning of this one that's 6 times. And then we should copy and then paste. Now, I told you it doesn't always move that way, so we're going to move it. Let's see how it did. Not bad at all. I really like that. I thought that actually did quite well. But again, you're going to have to adjust. And it takes a while. I got to say, the conductor is the trickiest part and the most time consuming part of making play along videos. There's no way around it. It is just how it is. But once you do make it and you make one of them and then the students start loving it, you're going to be like, I love this. Let's continue to do more because you're going to want to make ones that are personal to your classroom, your students, and your curriculum. I'm going to show you the end product and you can see how this all came to be. There's a lot of conductors in here. I was going to show you also, see, I changed the conductor every time we changed a phrase. The eighth notes are a little bit trickier. As you can see, you're going to have to divide them up. And again, using your split tool and resize tool. This right here, the count off, all I did here was use a text tool. So I added the text tool to make the count off. And again, using the magnifying tool to make sure you can see the audio waves so that you can get them precisely on. That's how I made that video. Again, the conductor is going to be the one that makes it the longest thing for you to do. It will take some time and a lot of practice, but you'll get it. You'll start making these, and then you're going to be like, oh, I want to make more once your students react to them and have a good time. These are the Bitmoji slides that I did. The Bitmoji slides really help. For the dance off. And again, I just did that every 2 beats. So I just looked again at the timeline to get it at every 2 beats. The final credit scene over here, I did this. I just added, they had this Giphy already in there. So the like and subscribe. And that's just how I did the ending. Fading in and fading out. If I want to fade in and fade out, I highlight the clip, go to fade, and they have the fade in and fade out. Isn't that great? Along there are filters as well. Some of these filters are premium and some of them are not. What's not premium and free is the blur screen. So if you ever want to embed this with a blurred video, so meaning you layer one and then this one is to be blurred, that is free. So you can find that when you go all the way down, you'll find the blurs and you can add them right on that filter. That's really cool. The other one is transitions. Transitions happen between 2 slides. If you want to do a transition, click on the transitions. So all you have to do is click and drag. You see the plus button right there. You just have to get it right on so it adds to transition and then it goes right in there. If you don't like it, undo it. When you want to export it, you go to export, go for 1080 if you're going to be putting this and presenting this somewhere, whether you're streaming it, go to 1080. Once you do, it will export in kind of real time. So it's going to be a few minutes. So go get a cup of coffee and then come on back. And what I love about that, it doesn't have any logos on it. It's going to export it. And then once it finally does export it, it gives you a plethora of choices. It will download it to my hard drive, but it also allows me to share on streaming platforms. So it's really, really great. Some additional tips. Clipchamp, I believe, can only record up to 30 minutes of video. It also can do so much more than what I just showed you. So I encourage you to set up a free account today and try it. Are there other ways to do this? Sure, you could do PowerPoint and Keynote and then put the conductor on each slide and make like a 300 slide. I know some people who have, and I've done it myself. And then you use a screen recording tool like Loom, or you use Screencastify, depending on how long it is. Loom can record longer for free. And then you just put the audio file into the Keynote or PowerPoint, put it on present mode, and then screen record yourself going through each slide. It works sometimes, it works not sometimes, because I know I've had issues with it and I know others have, but you can do it that way, of course. Really, it's just giving you another free tool to use and explore, but that is an amazing free tool. What they give you for free, what Microsoft Clipchamp is giving you for free, is pretty fantastic. Happy 2023. I hope that your new year brings you peace, health, and lots of joy. Please check out my YouTube channel weekly for tech tips, play-along videos, monthly wakelets, and more. Feel free to buy me a coffee, or I hope you check out my Teachers Pay Teachers. My New Year's resolution is to make it actually have things this year. So check it out and enjoy the new year.